Hello and welcome to another episode of the Film and Philosophy Den. We're going to discuss one of my favorite screenwriter directors, Charlie Kaufman. Yes, I just twirled. I was about to fall. Yeah, that's how unbalanced I am. Charlie Kaufman, he's one of my dear favorite screenwriters / directors. These three films, so we're going to discuss a common thread between the three of them. He wrote all three. He directed this one, the first one, Synecdoche, New York. I believe it was in 2008. I think it was released. Eternal Sunshine, that's probably the one people are most familiar with. I think that came out in 2004. It's got Jim Carrey and then Kate Winslet. And then he also wrote Human Nature. I don't know off the top of my head who directed that. I'll have to get back to him then. So anyway, these three films. I'd be lying if I said I didn't love all of his movies. These are probably in my top 5 or top 3 favorites. What's interesting is you have a protagonist. So take the first one, Synecdoche, New York. Without giving the plot away, we've got Philip Seymour Hoffman playing Guy Caden, who is longing for a real connection. Wow, that's a quite unfamiliar theme, right? And in there, he struggles, right? He's in a relationship, and one thing leads to another, yada yada, and so by the end, we're kind of left with, and again, this is what relates to all three, unrequited love, and the lingering desire for connection with someone who may ultimately not want a connection with you. Human Nature, Eternal Sunshine, great examples of it too. If you haven't seen these films, I highly recommend go watch all three before we continue the conversation. I'm just going to spend one to 2 more minutes wrapping up. With Eternal Sunshine, it's to the point that it's so painful when we don't have the acceptance of another. It's so painful, that pain is so strong. We want to forget, and so without giving anything away, there's this pursuit to erase your memories of that person, because otherwise it's so damn painful holding on to that. And then we have with Human Nature, so Tim Robbins, great actor, he plays this very fragile and just very self-doubting doctor or scientist character. And again, it's kind of the same idea. Of course, all three plots are very different in their own ways, but this common thread we have, which is he's also suffering from this pain of not having that connection. And I think that is something we all can relate to. That's something we all share. Again, if you haven't seen the movies, I highly recommend. We'll continue the conversation. I want to explore the theme a little more deeply in a separate segment, so stay tuned, and thanks for joining. I'll see you soon.